He's coming at you from the top. Oh no, no, he won't stop. Thalmor Radio. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Thalmor Radio.
Thalmor Radio.
What is up, everybody? It's your boy, Thalmor, coming to you live from a mountain bunker deep in eastern Kentucky. I am here to tell you guys what's been going on for the past couple of weeks. I'm going to post it. All right. First off, OCN, the news server, is sponsoring this week's episode. Go check them out. It's a news server. They're hopping. They're cool. OCN. I don't have an invite. Is Zaria here? He can give an invite if he wants. He's not. I think he's playing a game. Go check out OCN. With that out of the way, I can talk about other things. Chad. Like a hostage situation. So Zaria actually, thank you so much, Drop. I appreciate it. Go check it. Oh my gosh, they're at 999 members. If just one of you that's not already there joins, they'll be at 1,000 members. And that's pretty awesome. They would have a regiment number of members. But okay, so Chad, staff member here, he is conducting a pre-recorded interview of myself. I think we'll do it next week. I'm looking forward to it because I've never been interviewed. So if you want to ask me something anonymously, go through Chad. You need to DM Chad and be like, ask Thalmor about this. That's the thing to do. He gave me a list of the topics. I read 2 of them. I forgot what they were. I read 2 of them and decided I wasn't going to read the rest. It's going to be a surprise. I don't know what he's going to ask me. So that's exciting because I'm a talker and I like talking about things I know about and I like talking about myself. It's my narcissism. So that is very exciting. So be on the lookout for that. Thalmoria v. Khan and Thalmoria v. Aurora are still open. Real quick, does anybody want to prosecute? Speak now or forever hold your peace. I won't dismiss the cases just yet, but there appears to be very little interest in actually seeing either of those cases brought to trial. And I need attorneys, I need volunteers to do it. And if no one will volunteer, then it's dead in the water. Sorry. No one is volunteering, so we're going to go ahead and move on, and we're going to talk about the game now. Hold on. I've been pinged. Okay, never mind. It's nothing. Vex, who is a member of moderation, has asked, what's this? So I actually want to talk about some funny stuff first, but instead people want to talk about a different funny thing. So, story time. Wisdom Tree is an old Politics and War player, and by old I mean he's been around since since beta. Okay, since early 2014. He predates modern Politics and War. He was a founding member of KT. basically died during MPO's last time. He was KIA. I reached out to him earlier this month, and he actually said that he was interested in coming back. So I invited him. He joined like the week before we became Knights Templar again. He rejoined, and he's back active. So now the only two founding stock members of KT still in KT is now me and Wisdom Tree. So Wisdom was going through old form stuff because, reliving history, this was like a decade ago. And he discovered upon an archived thread which contained a post which contained hardcore, uncensored gay pornography. And the reason this happened, apparently, is because the forum was archived, and because it's in the archive section of the forums down at the bottom. And what appears to have happened is because it was archived, the gay porn got posted, a mod at the time hid the post, and then I think the archive action undid the hide, because the whole post is purple and it says that I actually screenshotted the post. I'm actually psychotic enough that I actually want to post a screenshot, but spoilered. I'm very tempted to do that because I want to prove to you guys I'm not making this up. Here's what I'll do. No, I don't want to censor it. Actually, I can just, I'll just censor it. Hold on. Let me do that. I'll censor it. I want to prove to you I watched gay porn. We're posting it here. I must post it in real life chat. Yeah, hold on. MS Paint. Open. Yeah, here we go. I can just do this. Okay, it is uncensored. No, it is it is censored. It is censored. Okay. Oh, the fucking bot! My fucking Clyde bot. Well, there, the owner of Thalmor has requested that Discord block any messages are mostly accurate robots deemed to be explicit, so your message has not been sent. Fucking robots! I fucking hate these fucking 010001 motherfucking pieces of shit bots. It's my fucking server. Let me post what the fuck I want to post, you stupid. Can I kick it? Can I ban it? I can't even kick it from my fucking server. I right click it and it gives me this retarded emoji dance from fucking Japan with musical notes. What the fuck? This fucking piece of shit. Let me censor it more. Let me, like, all that you can see, like, I even censored the kissing part. Like, all you can see is two men's heads. They're obviously kissing, but you can't actually see the kiss. All you see is like their muscular, like, abs and shit. Like, okay, let me just censor like more of it. There. Will Clyde let me post this? Oh wait, that's unspoilered. I want to post it spoilered, because even this much might be slightly psychically damaging. There we go. Thank you, Clyde. So the image is there you go. there's the proof. You may click the spoilered image. So as you can see, though, the post is purple, and it clearly says that it was hidden by this mod in January 2014. And I think the archive process like cucked it. So there you go. Zig says 3 people recording chat with gay porn in it. This you can only find this kind of content here in Thalmor. You're not going to get it in Ron. You're not going to get it in VGM. You're not going to get it in our sponsor, OCN. You might get this in DNN. You might get this there, but that's it. You can really only truly every 2 weeks get this kind of material right here. All right. Maybe I should leave. I don't want this content. Okay. Now, I talked about sodomy. Let's talk about another kind of getting fucked in the ass. So the Immortals has had their bank looted like twice. The first thing that happened was the Immortals shifted their bank, but somehow they forgot to move their food. So in this time where nukes are flying and global food production is like ruined, as it should be, they lost like millions of food or something. Like, I don't know. Which, here's the thing, like, the cash is the most important thing, right? So if you really have a split second to move your bank, you move the cash first, right? Because cash can be used for anything. Food is right below cash, right? That's how I remember it from depositing and withdrawing. Food is below cash. So if you're in a hurry, you do the cash first, and then you do the food. And then that's when you get the raws and the main use, right? So I don't understand how you do cash, you skip food, but then you do the raws and the main use. Like, that doesn't really make sense to me. 52 million units of food. Oh my gosh, the Immortals lost a shit ton of food. Damn. I thought it was maybe like a few million or something. 52 million. Gosh, I really hope the Immortals live up to their name, because them homies be starving. Shit. But it gets worse because just the other day, I think the Immortals got their entire bank looted, like probably tens of billions. Oh, just 4.1 billion. Wait a minute. They lost. Wait a minute. They lost $6.8 billion when the food got looted. But when the whole thing got looted as a whole, it was actually for less? Huh. Well, I don't know. That's still like 11 billion. So ripperoni to the Immortals. But it actually gets worse because Guardian, 2 separate Guardian members made devastatingly bad mistrades. The first guy sold like millions of aluminum, I think it was. Millions of aluminum for like a couple $1 million or something. It was actually a KT member. Brexit actually bought a shit ton of aluminum. Actually, it was hundreds of thousands of aluminum, I think. It was Darkblade. Oh, my homie Darkblade did it. Rip. Brexit. Oh no, Darkblade was the program. Right, there was bots involved. So here's the thing: bots won't let me post censored gay porn to my server, and bots are also causing Guardian to lose shit tons of money on bad trades. Like, is that my speaker making that noise? Hold up. I bought this giant Bluetooth speaker from Walmart for like $200, and I thought it was making a staticky noise, but it's just a bug outside. Hold on, that door might be open. I really wanted to make sure the door was closed because it doesn't shut all the way on its own like it used to, and the snakes are out. So like a nightmare scenario for me would be for me to be chillaxing in my estate in my castle, right? AKA my double wide trailer, and there's just a snake in my house. Like I would die if that happened. Um, and I know they're out because I've seen them. I actually killed a copperhead the other day. I was bringing groceries in at like 8:30, and I saw it coming out of the grass, and I shot it and killed it, and that was fun. So, like, side tangent here. I'm gonna go back to talking about Guardians fuck ups, but before I do, yeah, I was bringing in groceries at night, and see where we live is actually fucked because there's mountains all around us, and you walk hundreds of feet in any direction, you will be going up a mountain. We are right in a valley, and there's a creek that runs throughout our there's actually like multiple creeks. It's like a network of creeks that run through our property. So what happens is the snakes come down off the mountains to drink water from the creeks. So there's fucking snakes all over this bitch, to the point where if we're outside walking doing anything, we stay on the cement with lights because there's that many snakes. And so I got a bit of a fear of snakes. And so I saw the snake, and I just say, like, it was literally like a monkey like fear response. I see the snake and I immediately yell out like, "Oh shit!" Which was kind of odd because I actually wasn't that scared, but my mom was outside by the car. So like I did it more to let her know the snake was there rather than out of actual fear. Because like, I saw the snake very clearly and I was like decently far away from it. So this is literally like monkey pack warning signals. Very interesting neuron psychology there. But anyways, she shined the spotlight on it, and it was very clearly a copperhead, which is funny because most snakes, like I have trouble identifying most snakes, but this was very clearly a copperhead. The triangular head, the pattern, the color. This thing there was no denying it. This one a 100% copperhead. And I will leave if I can't positively identify it as venomous. I leave snakes alone because the non-venomous snakes will kill the venomous snakes. So I don't give a shit. But this was definitely copperhead, so I had to kill it. So I killed it. I shot it to death. I used a BB gun because my family is like scared of me using real guns, although they're over the scare now, and they're okay with me getting like a 22 now. So I'm gonna get a 22 here soon. But I shot it to death with a BB gun, and I got a rush afterwards because I play Politics and War. I press buttons on my phone, and a person delivers Wendy's to my house, and like. I live a very normal, comfortable, like middle class life, right? So for me to like see an actual threat and to kill it was like an adventure. It was like a rush. It was like I returned to monkey for a second, and I really enjoyed that experience. It's similar to how when the ice storms would happen and we had to go to a hotel, and how like cars would be stuck up hills, and like you have to, even in town, you'd have to like drive carefully because of the snow and the ice. Some kind of danger, some kind of threat. Like I don't know. I can appreciate it. Like the ice storm sucked because power went out. We had to go away from home because of family health issues, and like I missed all of my conveniences, but like there's something still really cool about it. yeah, just and I don't know how I can replicate that in the future. Start the fire through a walk focus stick. I've seen snow 2 times for a live. That's hard to relate to. Well, I don't know. I wish there was a way to like meaningfully encounter more danger. I guess like I have flirted with the idea of like becoming a volunteer firefighter, but I know I'm not physical enough for it. Or maybe even joining like the Air National Guard or something. I don't know. I want more adventure. I want to stare danger in the face more. You should farm and fish. I'm open to it. I actually want to like hunt squirrels and like learn how to skin and gut them and eat them. That sounds like a good way to like get some adventure. I want to return to monkey. I'm sick of my comfortable Malnu. I want to be violent and experience violence. Ah! Go crazy. Okay, that's enough of that. So Guardian, the guy in Guardian fucked up. He sold a shit ton of aluminum for no money, and Brexit, a KT member, now has a shit ton of aluminum basically for free. That's really funny. But Guardian's members' economic fuck ups don't end there. There was another member who sold like 28 credits for like no money, for basically for free. No. I'm going to reply to that. That's funny. No, it's just my mom is overprotective, but she's not as much anymore. But so a Guardian member sold a shit ton of credits for like no money. I don't remember who bought it, but they basically got like 20 something credits for free. And that's funny. So the Immortals can't stop getting their bank looted, and Guardian members can't stop mistrading horrifically. Yeah, it was High Dude. Thank you, Bork. It was High Dude. So that's silly. So kids need to stop playing politics and war. So here's what this one means. There are some really crazy forum posts I need to go over that are very cringe. But first off, I need to text my friend and ask him when can come over tonight. Because I've made some serious upgrades to my Darien deck. And I think I can be a real threat at the table now. So there's 3 people that come to mind. Let me post the first one. So a player named Hulu has posted a thread, unfortunately. And this thread is very simply, Orbis is in danger. And so what is Orbis is in danger? Well, it's a couple sentences. Hulu says, y'all welcome back to my annual wisdom tatering, so let's begin. The topic is rows. They're getting fat as fuck and lazy, and they won't roll anyone milled up, but rather hit those getting rolled. They have 1.1 million personally. What it looks like is rows saying y'all broke, step yo game up. Solution, hear me out, merge TKR and the fighting pacifists and outnumber rows once and for all. Also, if this works, I want the best mergerer credit, DME for more merge talk, Ashwin, and whoever TKR leader is, TLDR. Just go back and read it. It's like 5 sentences. So, and he actually posted this thread, by the way, in game discussion, which is meant for like out of character, like mechanics talk. So, Orbis is in danger. And so, I posted in this thread, I think you should go read my post. It's a bit longer, but I think you guys will get some good value out of it. And that's all I will say on this thread. There is a second poster who I believe talked in. Oh, Kiwi's trying to crack the code. Okay, Kiwi. What do you think? Well, actually, there is no code. Never mind. There is no code. What am I saying? Who's listening to this? Is Vex still here? I don't think any Rosians are listening. There is a code. It is kind of straightforward. Although I was disappointed with how many. There's actually not that many colors. I wish there's more colors, but it is what it is. So, yeah, this player. So, Coffee Man Coffee is the second guy I want to talk about. I'm just going to post his profile because he kind of went on a posting spree yesterday, and it was all just really bad. Gosh, and he's posted a lot today too. He's just kind of stupid, and he talks like a kid, to be honest. So I'm not going to provide any context as to like what he says. If you just take a minute out while you're listening to this to read it through, he just says a lot of nonsense. He doesn't really contribute to any well. But the worst thing about Coffee Man, though, is actually this. Interests, quote, having coitus with women around the world, geography, video games, politics and war, music, watching porn, and other things. Location, Kentucky. This motherfucker could be my neighbor. He's in my state, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. So I don't know, this dumb kid. And like I said, like, I don't know, he types like a 10-year-old. He really does type like a 10-year-old. So there are too many Kentuckian zigzags. I agree. So there's like a third guy too who posts a lot of cringe. Was it Coffee Man? There was someone on the forums who legit, they posted a project suggestion, and it was literally, let me build a project that costs $1 million that gives me $25 million a day. Like, that was straight up the suggestion. Can I find it? Game suggestions. Yeah, project suggestion thread. Yeah, it was actually Coffee Man Coffee. Production center, cost $1 million, 1,000 food. What it does, gives the nation $25 million when it is built, and every day change, it gives you that. So, there you go. Yeah, kids shouldn't play this game. So Sounds fire. Speaking of projects, there are officially 4 new projects coming down the pipe. And I've read them over, and I'm going to read them over again and talk about what I think about them. Give me a minute to clean my nose. I think they cut this yay with some Fent, but it's probably okay. Anyways, new project designs, new project, bountiful harvest, requirements, green technologies, cost $0, 2 million food, aluminum 50,000, steel 40,000, gasoline 30,000. Effect: max commerce percentage rate is increased by 9. The nation can build 3 more supermarkets per city. Food consumption rate increased by 15%. Nations in war take an additional 5% increase rate in food consumption. I don't know. So, like, inflation is real, right? Like, there's too many of resources already. There's too much cash, there's too many resources. We actually need people to go broke, honestly. Like, we need to be poorer. And so I don't like that this allows for more commerce, but it does increase food consumption. So I don't know what to think about it, honestly. New project, Mars landing, requires space program, cost $200 million, 20,000 oil, 20,000 aluminum, 20,000 steel, 20,000 munitions, 20,000 gas, 10,000 uranium. Effect: similar to the moon landing, provides a special achievement. A leaderboard will be kept to track nations on when they complete the Mars landing. If a nation has both the moon landing and Mars landing, they will receive an in-game award in addition to the achievements and gain a daily boost in approval rating. I like this because, like I said, we need to be poorer, and people will definitely waste resources on this. So I'm fine with it. I'm okay with the prestige stuff like this. And I like the boost to approval rating because approval rating is broken already, and this makes it a little bit less broken. So I'm fine with Mars landing. So I am undecided on Bountiful Harvest, but I give Mars landing a thumbs up. New project, military expansion. Requirements: at least 3.5 million soldier kills, 10,000 tanks destroyed, 10,000 aircraft destroyed, 1,000 ships destroyed. Cost $0. Effect: the next city purchased after this project is bought for the first time is reduced to $0. This project can only be purchased by a player with less than 30,000 cities. This project cannot be deleted until players at 30 cities or higher. Motherfucker, are you for real? Why are us? This is a project that is anti-KT. Motherfucker, KT is above City 30, and we kill the most shit. Why are we not allowed collectively as a group? Why are the KT people? What is this racism? This is reverse racism. You cannot do this to us. Why can we not have a free City 29 or free City 30 because we've been playing the longest and we kill the most? What the fuck? I oppose this only because I can't benefit from it. New project, Advanced Surveillance Network. Project requirements: intelligence agency, advanced urban planning. Cost $300,000. Aluminum 20,000, steel 20,000, uranium 10,000. Effect: Spy attacks against your nation are 10% less likely to succeed, and the attacker is 10% more likely to be identified. I do want the espionage mechanic to be fleshed out more. So this sounds fine to me. So neutral on bountiful harvest, thumbs up moon landing, thumbs down military expansion, thumbs up advanced surveillance network. So there you go. That's what I think. I'm not open to discussing this further. Those are my opinions. Moving on. Do I want a drink of water? Oh, I'm out of water, actually. Actually, no. I got some water left. I'm fine. I need to discuss. Actually, I am going to get some water. I'll be right back. All right. So, advanced syndicalist mechanics is dead as hell. They posted their disbandment announcement thread like a week and a half ago. They merged into rows. Very predictable. And if you go to their thread, you see a lot of hugs. You see the community really saying, good luck and goodbye. Enjoy your new home. Salutations. But there's a few people in that thread who are saying hashtag Rip Bozo, hashtag Packwatch. And all of them are KT members. And so I want to discuss this dynamic a little bit because I have some high-level insight as to why this is the case. And it goes a bit deeper than just we're a right wing and they're left wing, and so we're tap dancing. It's a bit more complicated than that. So there are three reasons why we as a community did not like ASM. Let me get the easy one out of the way first. There is the element of politics. The Knights Templar is comprised. I haven't done a poll on this. Maybe I should do an internal poll on this in the community. But Knights Templar members, on average, do lean right of center. That's not a surprise to anyone. Everyone else is apolitical. I think Belland is left wing, and I think Rimsky describes himself as a socialist. So we do have some left wing members at the top of my head, but most of the community is either right wing or apolitical. And so ASM was a community that put their political identity first. You go to their alliance page, they were very clear about how they felt, who the members were that comprised that community, and how they felt about the state of affairs. Dryad is saying he's leftish. I actually didn't know that, but now I do. So to elements of our community we do take satisfaction in seeing ASM disband. And it is because of politics. That is true. But it goes for, at least for me, it goes deeper than that, and I think it does from some others too. And I think the biggest reason why we are rip bozoing hashtag pack watching on ASM is because of point number 2, which is ASM hated, they're dead now, so I don't know what the correct term would be, hated us with a passion. They really detested us. And it stems from the perception that, oh my gosh, Knights Templar, either they're Nazis and so they're evil, or the non-Nazis are Nazi sympathizers, so they're evil. So they're all bad, they're all evil, fuck them, punch a Nazi, hashtag Antifa, hashtag BLM, hashtag trans pride, etc., etc. And so you take the fact that, like, we're already, look, when it comes to how we view other alliances and interact with other alliances, we don't care about politics. That doesn't matter to us. The Knights Templar, we are focused on the in character. We're here to blow up pixels. If United UMOD and United Socialist Nations were like competent alliances with like dynamic leaders, and there's opportunity to work with those alliances, I think we would do it. If there was an opportunity to work with ASM and they didn't hate us, I think we would do it. It could have happened this war if ASM chose to fight, but instead they chose to disband. Whatever. But they hated us, and we knew they did. So we don't really like them. I disagree with the idea that you were chased out, GVH. I think the perception was you weren't. It's been a while, so I have to think back. But GVH, you weren't a good member, from what I remember. You weren't obedient. You seemed kind of pixel huggery. No one cared that you were a blind gay guy. It was that you wouldn't listen. We've had gay members. We've had bisexual members. That's not a problem. The problem was that you wouldn't listen, from what I remember. So ASM hated us for out of character reasons. And to people of a leftist, progressive, Marxist, DEI persuasion, if they think you are a Nazi, transphobic, whatever, that's like a moral, like spiritual sin. And there's no fixing that bridge, unfortunately. So they hated us. We know they hated us. That didn't really make us fans of them either. And so we see people who hate us dissolve. That generates an LOL from us. That generates the pack watch emoji from us. GVH says, I literally signed in during a flight on 3.5-hour Wi-Fi in order to fight. GVH, I don't remember the details. You know. But from what I remember when I was there, it had nothing to do with your orientation. No one gave a shit. I have to ask Dennison what it was about. If you want to reapply, you can. You know, Horsecock's gone. Government's a lot different now. If you felt discriminated against, I would say maybe it would be different if you came back because management's different. But it's up to you, bud. Well, Horsecock's gone. You know, I can talk about this some later. But like with Horsecock gone, KT is a lot different now. And I think for the better. Love Horsecock. If Horsecock would come back to play and just be a member of KT, that would be excellent. That's the ideal situation. Especially because I know Horsecock is a lot busier in real life now anyways. But number one, yes, you know, they're left wing, we're generally right wing. It's funny to us that they're gone. But number two, they hated us. KT members would join ASM's Discord and get immediately banned, just straight up. And like, I'm not talking old guard members from like 3 years ago. No, I'm talking Nero, a House Dark member who joined us a couple months ago. He joined ASM's Discord, got banned. Vass is like a top 5 FA guy right now. Vass is doing great work, great FA guy, all around awesome dude. He joined their Discord, got banned. They had worms in their brain. They hated us so much. And so, fuck them. They hate us, we hate them back. That's what it comes down to. If they extended the olive branch, I think we would have accepted it. If we suspected they would accept our olive branch, I think we would have sent it. But the hostility in the dynamic was like 70% to ASM. And I mean, I think we fought them once before, but like I said, it was all out of character. You know, it's who they are. It is what it is. And so a third reason why we don't like ASM was because they were incompetent. The Knights Templar, I forget which game it is. I think it's Medieval 2 Total War that came out in 2005. If you would select on the campaign map different like armies of like different factions, they would play different voice cues, right? And so for, I think the Muslim factions, if you would select them, they would say something like, if you were at war with them, they would say, "We only respect strength, something you lack." And it was like, we're kind of the same way. Like, we respect competent alliances. We detest incompetent alliances. And ASM always sucked ass. They always went net negative. They were always Rose's bum buddy. We didn't, you know, they were a shitty alliance. So you have these punks who can't fight worth a damn, who are so incompetent they can't even just exist. They have to slowly die and go inactive and eventually merge into Rose. And they hate us for things that their perception of us will never change. So it's like, fuck them. So that's why when they say that we're too sick to continue, we have to merge with Rose, we're like, LOL, because they're incompetent and they hate us. That's what mostly is. Dryad says Dennison was the one going hard on the ASM thread. So there are 2 posts, both from KT members, deleted in that thread, and I want to talk about them. It was Vass and Rygus, and I think a third guy, from what I remember. But Dennison and Didar's also posted. And Dennison's post was, quote, "another victory for KKKT." And that got deleted by a mod. And the KKKT thing, it's actually really funny. That was actually Cosmo Monkey's thing. Cosmo Monkey was FARC Upper Gov leadership. And he would call us KKKT. This was like 2017. And if you check out his forum account now, unless Vex deleted it, you don't have deleted it. if you go to his forum posts, all of them for years is him getting mad about us and like being outraged that Alex wouldn't just ban us outright because we're such evil Nazis who like go to like Proud Boy rallies, like just insane shit that made no sense. And it's funny. KKKT, that's gold comedy. So we owned that label because how funny it is. And well, according to the mods, you can call us KKKT and that's okay. But if we like own it because it's funny, that's against the rules. But whatever. The second post, and I'm actually agreed that it got deleted, was by D-Dars, who is, well, D-Dars said something. Look, I agree with it being deleted. I agree it's in poor taste, but I also think it's kind of funny. He said in response to the ASN disbandment thread, there was a 41% chance of this happening. I thought it was kind of funny. I also agree it was in poor taste. I understand why the mods deleted it. I wouldn't have posted it. And D-Dars said things, has done things before that's bad. And we had told him not to do that. And so we saw when he posted that, and that was the final straw. So we actually kicked D-Dars from KT after that because, look, KT wants to bother you, but we want to bother you by blowing up your pixels so hard you say nobody deserves this. We don't want to bother you by like saying political messaging that like actually will like trigger you. Like we want to bother you by clicking declare war and airstriking your planes, not by like saying the N-word or whatever, right? So D-Dars got kicked because he wouldn't stop being out of character and pissing off people, and that was the final straw. So there you go. He was too hot for KT. That's what you know about. And I actually personally like D-Dars because D-Dars is according to him, there's no evidence, but I believe him. D-Dars claims to be an Iraqi Christian who fought in the Nineveh Plains protection units against ISIS, which goes pretty hard because the Nineveh Plains protection unit was a Christian militia. So like he actually like fought in a war, which goes pretty hard. But unfortunately, he wouldn't contain his chromosomes, so we had to get rid of him. So unfortunate, but it is what it is. So yeah, that's ASM. They hated us for out of character reasons, and they were incompetent. And so for those reasons, we didn't like them, and that's why we're pack watching in their thread, or we were. Final politics and war topic. I actually need to leave in 30 minutes. I got a bunch of real life topics to go over. So let me blow through this. Legion of Dawn did something very unexpected. On Monday, Legion of Dawn took action that caused us and KT to have to go out of our way and try a little bit. They came out of beige with a lot of military, and they did a counter blitz. It was not very successful. We were on their ass before day change even happened. They were zeroed out within 48 hours or sooner. But they tried, and they made us have to try back. We I'm speaking for myself. I can also speak to what our government thought and what our members thought. We respected that. And that's why, is this OPSEC's problem? And that's why we beige them right back so that they can try again. That was pretty good. Khan says he's the one who organized it. Good on Khan. Good on Khan. So, all right. That's it for Politics and War. Can you guys hear this? I'm shaking this water bottle. Can you hear the water rattling? It's almost empty. So, fuck, what was it? Oh yeah, real life topics. Okay, if you hate my real life commentary, now's the time to go. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you guys 2 weeks from now on the 24th. No, the 26th. Wow, I can't believe my math was wrong. Cringe. On the 26th. I did, Lysander. I got an average audience. I'm pretty happy. What's my first topic? So Chile is having a problem. So in Chile, the Latin American country, a bunch of leftists won like their most recent election, and they wanted to change the constitution to be like more lefty, right? They want to really secure their victory and put Chile on the path they think is best for their leftist ideas. Okay. They failed that vote, I think. They weren't able to make the changes they wanted. And apparently, from what I can gather, their presentation and like their leadership was so bad that the Chilean electorate swung like so far to the right that the Pinochet party won, and like they're going to change the constitution themselves to be like more right wing, which I thought was really interesting. And I actually saw a video of it. Like apparently the day of the vote to change the constitution to be more left wing, apparently a Chilean activist got on stage, pulled her pants down, like pointed her ass to the audience and pulled out a Chilean flag out of her asshole and like threw it into the crowd. Like it sounds like I'm making this up, but this is a real video on Twitter. You can look up for yourselves. And apparently people were so moved by this, they voted for the helicopter person. So I thought that was pretty interesting. And I think you'll see this in America too. As like the left wing lets their most psychotic people have the biggest platforms, it's going to cause the normies who don't care to vote right because they hate it. And this happens a lot. Like I think it happened in Weimar, Germany too. Like they got sick of like all the sexual debauchery. So just enough of them voted for the NASDAQ, and that's how Hitler came to power. Not saying that like the Fourth Reich will be in America, but like you might get more Republicans in office if it happens. All right. This is my biggest one. Actually, I'm going to save the New York subway kerfuffle for last. Let me talk about states restricting porn. So, what was the Wisconsin Supreme Court result, CCT? Oh, the abortion thing, I think. So, Utah, aka Mormon land, and Louisiana, there might be more, but those are the only two I know of. Got you dropped. Thank you for the extra context. Utah and Louisiana have both taken steps to limit access to pornography within their states, which is very, very interesting to me because I remember in the right-wing circles like 5 years ago, like banning porn came up and everyone was like, that would never happen. But it is actually kind of happening. I think in Utah, you need like to present your photo ID or something. I forget what the restriction is in Louisiana, but it's harder to access porn now in those states. And I think that's great. And let me explain why that's great. This is just the reality we live in. Okay. Number one, the medical literature on the damage that porn does to people is very established. Porn is very, 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 very harmful. It hurts men's ability to form relationships with women. It gives men unrealistic expectations. It's very addicting. And that's especially troublesome because we live in a time of decreasing birth rate. So lots of issues can be stem from porn. Number two, imagine your local middle school or high school. What do most of those boys have in their pocket? A smartphone. What is that smartphone capable of? Internet access. How hard is it to access porn on a phone? Well, you turn it on, you go to Safari or Chrome, whatever browser you use, you go to Google, you type in Pornhub, search, you click the top result, you're in. Couple button presses, takes 15 seconds. And millions of videos of all different varieties. Like smartphones are like mobile porn machines, basically, right? So you have this nuisance to the public, which is this unlimited porn machine that's very addicting and very damaging. And so, and like, what's the upside to porn? There's only one that I know of. The only upside to porn is that it seems to decrease sexual violence against women. Because the most violent coomers will watch porn instead of taking their impulses out on real women in the real world. That's the only upside. And that's a good upside. I don't want women to be sexually assaulted. That's awful. I love women, actually, believe it or not. But it's very damaging. So the question is, what should be government policy towards this problem? I like the idea of banning it, but I understand the problems with banning. Which I won't even get into. But I like what these states are doing by making it harder to access. I really like that idea. Having to jump through more hoops, having to present your ID, having to get a VPN. Making it harder to accessible means it's harder to feed those addictions, which is good. So I'm actually all for it, to be honest. Banning porn could possibly be a First Amendment issue. Porn being speech is like a new thing. If you would have went to the founding fathers in the late 18th century and showed them like a Playboy magazine featuring hardcore porn, they would like kill you. They would like shoot. They would pull out a flintlock pistol out of their back pocket and blow your fucking head off. Like, the idea that porn is speech is a new idea, and as Roe v. Wade shows, the Supreme Court will overturn past decisions that don't make sense. So there you go. So yeah, I think porn should be banned. Not banned. Well, I think it should be banned, but I understand as a matter of policy the problems that comes with banning it. So as a functional, happy middle ground for the present to work towards, limiting access is pretty good. I'm all for it. And I think maybe more states will do it. If Utah and Louisiana did, maybe Tennessee will. Maybe Kentucky will. We'll just have to see. But I think as a matter of policy, the dangers of porn and how accessible it is to children, but also just to people in general, is a real problem. And I'm very excited to see policy changes that counter it. So there you go. And Cajun says there's no way you can ever people finding that stuff. Limiting access will still have upsides. So there you go. All right. Let me talk about now that I've pissed off everyone enough with the porn thing. Let me piss off you guys even more by talking about the New York subway thing. So, what was his name? Jordan something? I don't remember. Jordan Neely. There was a black homeless guy in the New York City subway who was homeless, mentally ill. And what had happened was apparently he was presenting as a threat on a subway car, which led to a 26-year-old Marine white guy to put him in a chokehold for several minutes, which killed him. Not the Marine, the black guy. 2 other passengers helped subdue Jordan Neely. But even though the situation was pretty under control, the white Marine guy kept him in the chokehold for like several minutes, and he died. Okay. Today he got arrested. Actually, and a picture of the arrest is in the High Musings channel, because I actually like the picture of it. And so the question is, should he be charged with murder? I think he's been charged with manslaughter. And so, it is my opinion that the Marine should not be charged. So, okay, you can yell at me in chat if you want. At me like he's pinging me and yell at me. That's okay. I will take it. Get out of your system. I appreciate that although a bunch of you are leftists, you still listen to me. I appreciate that unlike ASM, you guys don't hate me. I appreciate it. So, Jordan Neely had been arrested, I think I had read he'd been arrested 44 times in the past, which is like a lot. And the New York subway system does have this problem. There's lots of videos of it. There's lots of testimonials of it. Crazy people are just allowed to act up and scare people. And the police won't do anything about it. The state doesn't do anything about it. The state doesn't do anything about it. As a common person using public transportation, which you're expected to use, you're just supposed to keep your head down and just take it and hope that they don't actually attack you. And so you come to this weird position where there's a lot of flack over suburbs. It's like we need walkable cities. We need more densely populated cities so we can accommodate more immigrants. We need walkable cities to save the environment. We need to restrict car ownership. We need more public transportation and so forth, right? And so, okay, more people into the cities and out of the suburbs. We build more subways. We have more buses. Okay. So maybe New York City is a good model for what certain environmentalists and public transport enthusiasts, who tend to be leftists, which is fine, want for many more areas of the country. And I'm not really opposed, I live in rural Kentucky. I live 20 minutes from town. If I want to go to Walmart and get like some milk and some eggs, it's going to take an hour. 20 minutes driving, 20 minutes back, 20 minutes at the store. Okay? If I have to actually go do like just 2 or 3 errands, I have to block out 2 or 3 hours to go do it because of all the driving I have to do. That does kind of suck ass, to be honest. I look at Japan. I love watching videos of people with a GoPro just walking around Japan. Beautiful city, much different from American cities. They are walkable. They're safe and they're clean. It's very alluring. Same thing in European cities. My little local town does have a decent downtown area with a university and a library and a courthouse and a bunch of restaurants. I like being downtown in my small local town. It kind of does feel like a city in a way because it has crosswalks and everything. It's a neat place. It even has a bus. It even has a public. It does have public transportation. It has a bus route. That's fucking awesome. But there's a weird problem, which is that you go to LA, you go to New York City, San Francisco, you try to use the public transportation, and it has these fucking crazy people who are homeless, who are mentally ill. They attack people, they scare people, and it seems weird to me that the government does nothing about it, that the city does nothing about it. Look, I agree. The homeless should be helped. I agree that mentally ill homeless people need like treatment and stuff. That's fine. I agree. But even above that, I think if you're going to expect everyday normal people to use public transportation, you should also, if you're going to expect people to use this thing, they should be able to use it without being in fear of their life, without having to be in fear of crazy people. There should be safety and security. That's like the base. That's like civilization 101, right? And so, what do you do with the homeless? I don't know. Put them in jail, put them in asylums, do something with them where they can't terrorize people. Because I agree they need help, but even higher than that, the working class people should be able to use public utilities to go to work and like maintain society without being in fear of their lives. And so why do I think that the Marine who chokeholded the guy should walk? I think because the state and the city are either unwilling to do their job to keep people safe or unable. Because he not only was he presently a threat at that time where 3 different people took action to subdue him, he had been arrested 44 times before. Like, the guy was a menace. He didn't deserve to die. It's awful he died. If I could snap my fingers and undo it, I would. I think he should have gotten help. I think a charity should have reached out to him. I think the government should have done something. He should have died. But you know what? Now that Marine choked him out and he unfortunately died, well, guess what? He won't be terrorizing subway goers anymore. And that's a net positive. And I'm not saying vigilante gangs should kill homeless people. That's not right either. But people should be able to use public transportation. And if the state fails to act, these things happen. And I have a really hard time blaming the guy. So there you go. That's what I think. So HB says, actually one of the more psychotic Thalmor takes. I think it's pretty reasonable. Can you explain how I'm wrong? I'm happy. I can take some piece that he was charged with manslaughter and not murder, because manslaughter is 15 years max. So his life is ruined, but he's not he will still have a life at some point after this is over with. So I can be a little at peace with that, but it is what it is. That positive stuff is terrible wording. I already said that. Oh, well. He won't be terrorizing people on the subway anymore. So that's good. And the state should have intervened before, and they didn't. And these kinds of things happen. And so for protecting himself and others, he's going to go to prison for a couple of years minimum. And I don't think that's right. I don't know. It seems like there's endless sympathy for criminals and endless condemnation for victims. And I think that's wrong. I agree that these are still human lives, Morbius. I don't think real human beings should have to be forced to use public transportation and be terrorized going to and from work all the time. I think that's pretty fucked up. But oh well. You can protect without killing. Yeah, I agree. But accidents happen. So. All right, there you go. I gotta do spy ops, and then I gotta go play Magic with my friends. So, thank you guys for listening. I hope I didn't piss you guys off too much. Please tune in 2 weeks from now. Life send the peasants to war. I did say earlier in the show I wanted more adventure. Maybe I should go to New York City. All right. So again, thank you guys for tuning in. I think we're done. I think we are done. Yes, tune in next week. Tune in 2 weeks from now to Thalmor Radio, but especially be sure to tune in next week to Lysander, who is not nearly as broken in the head as I am. All right. Thank you guys so much. Can someone play the theme? And then we are ready to get out of here.
He's coming at you from the top. Oh no, no, he won't stop. Thalmor Radio. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Thalmor
I almost forgot. Wow, that's crazy. Good night.